Hello, people of the world. My name is Mark, and I'm a regular guy. I live in New York City, I go to high school, and I play sports. There is something, however, that sets me off from the rest. I travel, and I travel a lot. By 2015, I've been to over 20 countries, and I know not everyone gets to travel as much as I do. But that's exactly why I want to share my experiences with all of you, giving some tips on where to go and what to do along the way.
When we last left off, we had just arrived in Nice, which is in the south of France. The morning after we arrived, we slept in, but when we finally got out of bed, we went out for breakfast and then walked to the beach, which just so happened to be only a 3-minute walk from our hotel. Unlike the beaches back in the States, the ones there had pebbles instead of sand. The water on the beach was refreshing. It was very clear and of a beautiful, bright blue color. The pebbles, however, were kind of a problem. To get into the water or out of the water was a huge challenge, and the process of climbing in or out could easily be on America's Funniest. After a half day of relaxation, we went back to the hotel, changed, had lunch, and walked towards the Marc Chagall Museum. It was clearly time for some culture. We found the museum and made it there just a bit less than 2 hours before its closing. The museum was relatively small, so it was perfect for the half day that we had left. Can't say that he's my favorite painter, but it was certainly interesting and a very informative experience. For me personally, there's just too much symbolism in his art. After this trip, we went shopping and bumped into a cool square with a fountain and then sculptures and a park. It was just all around pretty nice. In the evening, we took a walk along the boardwalk. There were many performers, artists, parties, people just hanging out. It was just really nice. The day after was the day for Monaco. We went to the beach in the morning, and then around 10 o'clock, we took a bus to Monaco. It was a good, but also a budget way to get there. You could either take the train, or you could take a bus, which was only around 45 minutes. It brought us to the tourist office of Monaco. We had our passports stamped, and then went to check out the casino. We took a number of pictures there, and my parents even got to go inside to admire it. After the casino, we saw an ice cream cafe in the garden, and it looked really nice. So we decided to check it out, and it was actually really, really good. After the ice cream, we walked down to the palace through the harbor. At the palace, we took a tour, and they also just happened to have an exhibition about the connection between the Russian Romanov dynasty and the dynasty of princes in Monaco, the Grimaldis. Along the way there, we saw the cathedral, which looked really nice, but we couldn't get inside because they had a wedding there. The last stop for us was the Museum of Oceanography. It was a nice building, which was built in the early 20th century and had a really, really impressive aquarium. It was really nicely maintained, and it didn't look old at all. There were a lot of really cool fish, and we just spent a couple hours walking through it. We then took an elevator to the roof, where we saw a magnificent view of the city. We took a bus back to Nice, where we had dinner. We had a lot of walking that day, so everyone was tired, and when we got back to the hotel, we just slumped. The following day, we woke up and it was really cloudy. My dad walked to the train station to pick up our rental car while all of us slept in. It started raining, and by the time he was back, it was just pouring cats and dogs. But, to our huge surprise, by the time we got to the Cannes, which was where we wanted to go next for a beach, it was actually really sunny and nice, and we got to swim there and lie on the sandy beaches as opposed to the pebble ones back in Nice. There were very few people there because everyone thought it was going to rain, so we just had the beach basically to ourselves. After spending some time there, we started driving to Les Lavandous, which is where we were supposed to meet our extended family in France. We met up with them there and ended up having dinner at their place, and around 5:30, we left their trailer heading to Arles.